Here is something amazing for NFL fans. Although we won't be talking about tackles and touchdowns, you need to grab your helmets regardless, as we embark on an incredible ride into the untold stories, hidden gems, and jaw-dropping facts about NFL stadiums. From the stadium's incredible history and mind-blowing capacity stats to iconic architectural marvels. There are several fascinating stories about NFL gridiron cathedrals that'll make you view NFL stadiums in a new light. Brace up for what's coming your way in this video as we go on a stadium tour to tell you what you never knew. Let's get started. Hard Rock Stadium. The first on our list is the Hard Rock Stadium. In the home of the Miami Dolphins, the Hard Rock Stadium might be popular for hosting 11 Super Bowl finals, more than any other stadium, but that's not everything that makes it special. The stadium, located in Florida, has an open-air canopy that protects fans from extreme weather conditions. You won't find that in many stadiums in the NFL. This canopy features 4 spires that project from each corner of the field and have enough capacity to protect 90% of the fans present inside the stadium. Talk about being multi-purpose and dynamic in construction and use. This stadium stands tall as a versatile one. The Hard Rock Stadium is explored as a Formula One racetrack and is remarkable for hosting the Miami Grand Prix. MercedesBenz Stadium. If you think the Hard Rock Stadium is the only gridiron that accommodates multiple sports, you need to see this one next. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium is home to an MLS team and an NFL team too. Sounds interesting, right? But there's more. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia is the home of the Falcons, built in 2017, and it has one of the most sophisticated architectural designs in the entire league. The stadium features a massive retractable roof and a fascinating hollow-shaped jumbotron that engulfs the entire stadium. Let's talk about the records that will surely blow your mind. Mercedes-Benz Stadium holds the record for the world's largest screen. The Falcon sculpture in the stadium also holds the record for the largest freestanding sculpture in the entire world. Crazy records here. Highmark Stadium. Next on the list is the iconic Highmark Stadium, the home field of the Buffalo Bills. The Highmark Stadium, originally constructed in 1973, remains one of the oldest grounds still in use in the NFL. Aside from being an age-long stadium, it's also one of the first NFL stadiums to sell their naming rights in American sports history. After its construction in 1973, Buffalo Bills sold the naming rights of the stadium to Rich Foods, a company that paid a whopping sum of $1.5 million per year on a 25-year agreement for the stadium to be named after the company. Lambeau Field. If you think the Highmark Stadium is the first to name the ground after a company or someone, this next one will prove you wrong. But this time the naming's not for money. The Lambeau Field, home of the Green Bay Packers, is named after one of the most legendary football coaches of all time, Curly Lambeau. One of the most iconic features of the stadium is the 50-foot replica of the Lombardi Trophy. But that's not the most interesting part. The Green Bay Packers have some of the most loyal fans in the NFL. The waitlist for season tickets to the Green Bay Packers game already has about 117,000 names to it, with only 9,000 of those names coming off in the last 10 years. So, if you're hoping to get season tickets to watch the Green Bay's home games, you'll need a lot of patience, or probably buy it for your grandkids. Acrisure Stadium. Acrisure Stadium, the home of the Pittsburgh Steelers and originally called Heinz Field, was built in 2001. The name changed to Acrisure Stadium in 2022 when Heinz declined to renew their naming rights. With Acrisure securing the new naming rights after beating off competitors, one of the most mind-blowing features of this stadium is its architectural dexterity. This stadium is built to take the shape of a horseshoe and boasts a capacity of around 68,400 fans. Interestingly, the horseshoe design of the stadium is not just as fancy as many initially thought. The construction of this field makes it possible for fans to enjoy the incredible views of Pittsburgh skylines through an opening in the south end. Do you think this idea is a thoughtful one? Feel free to share your views in the comment section as we ride on to the next. Levi Stadium. Now let's talk about a stadium where you won't need to wait 100 years to get season tickets. Instead, this stadium was constructed to support the planet and thriving favorably for hundreds of years. The Levi Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers, is applauded for being the most eco-friendly grounds in American sports history. The stadium features eco-friendly designs, particularly the green roof over the west side of the complex. The bridge that connects to the stadium is also covered with over 1,000 solar panels to generate environmentally friendly energy to power the stadium. M&T Bank Stadium. Next, we'll look at the M&T Bank Stadium, of one of the most iconic stadiums with several historic installations. This home of the Baltimore Ravens was built in 1998 with an impressive capacity of over 71,000 fans. But capacity is not the craziest thing about the M&T Bank Stadium. This iconic ground features large statues of two of the most legendary players in the team's history. One of the statues belongs to iconic quarterback Johnny Unitas, while the other belongs to the legendary linebacker Ray Lewis, featuring his famous dance pose. These two great guys certainly deserve statues for their contribution to the team. Do you think we'll have more statues in the future? Let's keep our fingers crossed. There is love in the NFL, not only competition and rivalry. Next, we'll look at the amazing stadiums that are home to two teams. MetLife Stadium. The MetLife Stadium is one of the only two NFL stadiums shared by two teams. This incredibly large stadium is the home of both the New York Giants and the New York Jets in the NFL. Besides being a home for two great teams, it also holds the record as the largest stadium in the entire NFL, with an amazing capacity of approximately 82,000 fans. Well, the number might be staggering, but what else would you expect from a field shared by two teams? SoFi Stadium. The SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles is the second of the two stadiums shared by two teams in the NFL. This incredible stadium is the home of both Los Angeles Chargers and Los Angeles Rams, and it's the largest NFL stadium by square footage. The SoFi Stadium covers a record-breaking area of 3.1 million square feet. But do you know what is more staggering about this stadium? The cost. The SoFi Stadium cost is a jaw-dropping figure, approximated to be around $5 billion. Yes, you heard that right, $5 billion. The stadium also features an LED screen on the roof that is big enough for an aerial view. Do you think this inclusion is necessary? Let us know in the comment section. Soldier Field. Now let's talk about a field with lots of history and traditions. In fact, the oldest stadium in the NFL. Opened in 1924, the Soldier Field Stadium in Chicago is an iconic home for the Bears. This stadium had an initial capacity of 43,000 fans before undergoing a major renovation in 2003. This renovation took the capacity to about 61,500 fans, but it still remains the lowest capacity in the NFL. Interestingly, the Soldier Field has maintained its iconic interiors over the years, but a lot has changed in the interior following a series of renovations, particularly the overhaul in 2021. Safe to say, we have the same old wine in a new bottle. Who wouldn't enjoy that? State Farm Stadium. Talking about histories and moments, the next one certainly holds some of the most beautiful, famous, and iconic moments in NFL history. The State Farm Stadium, known for its incredibly soothing weather, is the home of the Arizona Cardinals, and it's remarkable for holding some of the best games in the entire NFL history and the NCAA levels. The State Farm Stadium has hosted the Fiesta Bowl every year since 2007. You know what's even better? It has hosted two BCS championship games in 2007 and 2011, hosted the College Football Playoff National Championship in 2016, and hosted 3 Super Bowls in 2008, 2015, and 2023. If you think the State Farm Stadium is a lucky ground, well, you might be right. But it's one of the incentives you get for building an incredible stadium in one of the warmest areas in America, US Bank Stadium. The US Bank Stadium, located in the cold city of Minneapolis, is the home of the Vikings. This iconic field holds the record of hosting the coldest games played in the NFL. You'll find retractable roofs in some NFL stadiums, but the US Bank Stadium opted for something more unique that suited the cold weather and the location. This field features an incredible translucent roof that makes it stand out among several others in the NFL, and also helps the team cope with cold weather of Minneapolis. You don't want to have players in winter jackets during NFL matches, or do you? I don't think I want to. FedEx Field. Now to the last but not the least on our list. This one might not put a big smile on your face. FedEx Stadium is home to the Washington Commanders football. While many will remember the team for their inability to secure the service of a quality quarterback for so long, they also have a downing history with their stadium. The FedEx Stadium has the capacity to accommodate about 91,000 fans, which is the largest capacity of an NFL stadium between 2004 and 2010. Things did not go as planned for the team. The stadium atmosphere became progressively underwhelming due to the inability to sell out the seats. This turn of events forced the Washington Commanders football to take out 9,000 seats, and it didn't stop. The numbers have continued to drop progressively since then, and as of 2022, they have a capacity of about 67,000 seats. Even more sadly, there are rumors that they might need to take out more seats in the coming years. There you have it. Almost every stadium in the NFL has hidden gems, untold stories, amazing structures, and many other unique features. Which one of the list blows your mind the most? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting NFL updates. See you in the next video.